Hi there, welcome to Floating in Books. Today I'm reviewing my Sézane items after 5 years of wear. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today I want to do an overview of all of the different Sézane items that are currently in my wardrobe. I started buying Sézane about 5 years ago during the pandemic, and in a quest to update my wardrobe with better quality items. So it was my aim to buy clothing that I can keep for years and that's just not gonna fall apart. So then of course the question is, does Sézane clothing fall apart or not? I do have to say that I feel like Sézane as a brand has really risen in popularity in the past couple of years, ever since I discovered them. And I feel that definitely, like, the way people talk about the brand online now is like different from when I first started buying them. They have some beautiful items, but I feel that with Sézane there is you do need to be careful with what you buy and then how you treat your clothing. So because it was my aim when I started buying the brand to have nicer items, I also knew that that could mean putting more effort in how I take care of those clothes. If you want to come to Sézane with the expectation of I can wash this with a load of like whatever it is that I'm sticking in my washing machine, don't make that mistake, because that's when your clothing is going to fall apart. But that's not on the brand for not using good materials. It's because you're not reading the care label. I made that mistake once, as you will see when we get through these items, but I've tried pretty much one thing at least of almost every category that the brand sells. I haven't tried a blazer or a jacket, and I haven't tried any of their shoes. But other than that, in almost every single thing they sell, including their leather goods, I have something from the brand in my wardrobe. And I just want to talk you through to say, to let you know, how have these clothes held up. I'll try to see if I can find some clips that I've used for weekend outfits videos where you can see how I've styled up a couple of things, etc., etc. So this is going to be one giant overview of Sézane 5 years later, you could say. Before I methodically go through each and every item that is in this little collection, I do want to talk about the mistake I made. So this is one of the first pieces I ever got. This is the Angie sweater. I will not always know the names of the items from the top of my head, so I'll make sure to go through my order history and list all the names and all the colors, like the colorways, etc., etc., because that's one of the things I like about Sézane. The account remembers all of your orders and you can just go back and you know exactly what you kept and what you returned, or it's a fun thing. So this is a really beautiful sweater. That's how I bought it. I still have it, but I did shrink it in the wash. And what I didn't read the care label well enough, and it just kind of clumped together, and especially with mohair, that's not a good look. I have been able to stretch it out so I can still wear it, and I now wear it mainly open as a cardigan, or with a couple of the buttons at the top open and just one button, a little bit like I'm wearing the blouse today. So I'm never wearing it buttoned up all the way anymore. So please be careful, read the care label. I tend to wash all of my Sézane clothing in on the delicate cycle of my washing machine, so there's no spin cycle on it. And then I also put it into delicate bags. I will put different colors together, etc., and then I air dry my clothing mainly on hangers, and I reshape them when they are wet. And I have found that when I do that, especially for the knitwear, as you can see in a bit, I have quite a bit of knitwear, this doesn't happen anymore. And this doesn't even look that terrible, but up close you can see that the mohair has gotten a little bit mottled. That's not on the mohair, that's on me, but as I've mentioned, I have been able to stretch this out and I can still wear it. And I mean, it still looks fine, you know. It's it's clothing, it's it's an item you use. It's not going to look pristine for the rest of its life. I don't expect it to. It just needs to look good enough for me to still be able to wear it, and I feel it does. So we're gonna go from left to right, and that's the Milo bag. So this was my gift to myself for my 40th birthday. I picked this up while I was in Paris. I don't use this as an everyday bag. I tend to wear this if I go visit friends or family, I have to go to a party, that sort of thing. And this is still in really good nick. I mean, I'm not very precious with my items. I mean, once I've bought it and I'm using it, I'm not like going to be like super careful, like I can't scratch the metal or whatever. There's a little bit of a stain here, but I'm pretty sure I can just like clean that. But there are no like scratches, etc. And I've had it for like a good 2 years now and it's still going strong. I went with the taupe and I'm really, really happy I did, because this goes with everything. I'm not much of a designer bag type of person. I tend to re-wear my bags a lot. I wear them until they fall apart. So I'm not really a bag collector aficionado, and this is just a really good, very classic bag to have. And it's very roomy as well, like surprisingly roomy. If my book isn't like too big, I can fit a book in here, my wallet, my phone, everything I need for like a quick trip out. I have one really beautiful dress. I don't have too many Sézane dresses because I don't find the fit of their dresses really suits my body type all that well. This one I really liked. I don't remember what this was called, but they had this whole line with this yellow floral print a couple of years ago, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm glad I was able to pick up one of the items from that collection. This is beautiful. It is fully lined. This is held up really well. This is more of a special occasion dress to me, so I don't wear this to the office, even though I probably could by now. But I tend to wear this a lot around like birthday times and that sort of thing, or if I'm like going out on a date. This is a really pretty dress for that sort of occasion, especially in like the spring summer season. Something I also don't have a lot of is things like trousers, pants, shorts, that sort of thing. Again, I'm only 5'1", and I find that with Sézane, like their trousers, especially their full length trousers, are super long. I love the look of the Lulu trouser, but I would not be able to get away with it. But they do longer line trousers. They're called the Martin, and it comes in Le Crop, which I believe is their petite sort of line. So I do have 2 of those. One pair of their knitted like shorts. This is really cute with a pair of tights. I have a pair of shoes that this goes with really well. And it just looks really, really cute. This also came full length, but I just really enjoyed the tartan print of this. And that is something that I really like about Sézane, is that they do classic prints, but always in like colorways that I feel make it a little bit more modern and a little bit different, which I enjoy. This is a really nice pair of like linen-y cotton blend trousers with this really beautiful tropical print. It sort of has like parrots and stuff on, but from far away, it doesn't look like your typical tropical print, I find. This is really beautiful, really nice and like high-waisted. It has a paper bag waist with the tie. And that's another thing that I have found with Sézane, like when I first started shopping with them, this was one of the first things I bought as well, is that it can be so confusing what size you are, because especially in their bottoms, I find that I often have to size down in their bottoms, which is very unusual for me. This one as well, I think this is like a size like 38 or 40, something like that. Yeah, it's a 40, and I'm usually like a 42 or a 44 in most brands. But this one I was able to size down in, and it fits me really well. Nice deep pockets, and there's always like an attention to detail with Sézane that I really enjoy, but not all of their items have that. Well, I'll talk about that a little bit more when I get to blouses, but with Sézane, I feel, especially if you shop on the website, make sure that you read the composition information really well, because even though they will have items that look the same, but it's just a different color, very often the composition of the item can be completely different for a different color, just so you know. But yeah, that's something you need to check, especially if you find your materials really, really important. Like with the dresses, some of them will look the same, and one of them is silk and the other ones are polyester, so you need to look for that. The dress was a viscose, I believe. But this is really nice. And then, as I have said, I have 2 of these Martin trousers. These are Le Crop, so they actually fit me. This is actually a pair of jeans that they do, and this is actually a little bit big for me. I can't see a size in here, so it's probably written somewhere on the label. But this I need to wear a belt with. And I love this red. It's a little bit, it's red, but it's not like a super bright, punchy red. It's still bright, it's still colorful, but it has this sort of like washing to it, which I enjoy. I wear this a lot with leopard print items. So in the springtime, with a leopard shoe, a leopard blouse, leopard everything else, and then just this pop of red. It's a great look. So I love styling this one up. Red is my favorite color, and to find them from Sézane, I was really happy with it. But like I said, these do have a little bit of a stretch to them, and it makes them a little bit too comfortable. I could have sized down in these. And then this is the final pair. This is one of the final things I bought from the brand over the fall time. This is their brown gingham print trouser. It's like this knitted, thicker fabric, and this is really pretty. I really enjoy this. Why is there something stuck? And this is just the same cut as the red denim, but then in a completely different material. And these are really nice as well. I love wearing them. And I don't normally do this, but the model was wearing this pair of trousers with a certain like cardigan sweater situation, and I did buy that as well. I don't think I've actually worn them together yet. I have been styling this up for the fall time in a different way, but I do really like this. I love a gingham print. I love that this has a slightly woven fabric, which is different for me as well. And that's what I mean with like details that Sézane does just a little bit different compared to other brands. However, I do feel that because of the success of Sézane, some brands, also fast fashion brands, have been copying some of those details that made the brand so special when I first found them. And I've got two of their skirts. Both of them are very wintry. That's still kind of on the wish list, like a good Sézane skirt for the summertime. Like a silky one would be nice, but the things that they have done in true silk, I haven't liked the colors or the print of or whatever. Like there's always something I don't like, or it sells out really quickly. And then I'm like, okay, I'll try again next year. But this is a really pretty, again, tartan print. They did do this again a year later, I believe. This also came in that Martin Le Crop trouser, and this came with a matching blazer. I just went with the skirt because I felt that this was a little bit more unique to my personal wardrobe. I love the blue and the green that this has. A really nice check. It comes with a belt. I do tend to wear it with a belt. And then this does have a little bit more length. So compared to other like mini skirts that I have, this is a little bit longer, so it's a bit more conservative, so it's better for me for work. And then this nice woolly number. When I saw this, I immediately knew I wanted to get it. It's this tweed style fabric. The only downside to this skirt is the button placement here. I need these are too far apart. It just doesn't sit really closely around my stomach, and I do feel that if I don't style this correctly, I can look a little bit frumpy because I am so short. But this, worn with the right shoe, with the right item, it can look really effortless and cool as well, especially because it is truly button up. So you can, like I usually have the button at the bottom unbuttoned so that I can show a little bit more leg, and it's not as straight up and down because this doesn't give a lot of shape. Like this looks better if you're very tall, I think, but I kind of don't play by the rules all that often. I just want to wear items that I feel great in, and this does make me feel great when I wear it. But like I said, I have to style it properly for it to look good. And I think a very classic item on the Sézane website are their stripy, like cottony material sweaters and stuff. This is their classic marinière. That's how you pronounce it, I think. I got it in the burgundy stripe, and this is really comfortable, but the cotton is a little bit thicker than what I'm used to, so it's very structured, so it doesn't tuck very well. If you're a tucker like me, then this may be a bit too structured because it doesn't tuck very well, but it does have a nice straight bottom, so if it hits you at the right spot, it can also look really effortless with just a pair of trousers or a pair of jeans, and you'll be fine. I believe this is called the Leontine sweater, I believe. This is a very classic one. This is super easy to wear. I love this this is going to be something I will be wearing again this spring. It's got a bit of a balloon sleeve and then just this really pretty sort of like woven cottony knit to it. I really like it. It's great for spring. It's got the buttons. Yeah, this is just one of those classic pieces that I feel you can do no wrong with. And then this is very similar coated, but this is actually merino wool, and I actually shouldn't put this on a hanger. I know. But this kind of hangs out with my long sleeves, and I hang those. But yeah, this is a really pretty merino wool like kind of thing. Great for layering, but also by itself. It's nice and warm. I don't remember the name of this one though. I think they only did it for like one season. And then we get to blouses, and here I really want to address that when you shop Sézane, you look really carefully at the composition of the item. As I already mentioned before, with Sézane, they do things that look similar, but then they have a completely different like composition when you start looking at it. I think most of these Safe for Two are silk or silk blend blouses. That's really what I wanted to shop when I first started buying them. One of the reasons why I haven't been buying as much Sézane in recent years, I went a little ham when I first discovered them, but the reason for it is because they do the same styles and they just bring back colors every year, and then they update some of the colors for the new season. But I'm not going to have a similar style blouse in like 10 different colors. That's not how I live my life. But you will see that if I've liked a style from Sézane, I very often will have it in 1 or 2 colors. Same with the knitwear actually. But this is the Anne shirt, and I have it in this magenta color. Really pretty, but I also, and this is actually the one I wear more, have it in the navy polka dot. And this is beautiful, but like with the buttons on the skirt, I feel that for this one, the buttons are also a little bit further apart. And when I'm wearing this throughout the day, I start flashing people because these buttons are covered with a little bit of the silk. They kind of just like open up on their own accord. So if you are someone with a slightly bigger bust, with the Anne shirt, with none of the other shirts I have this, with this one in particular, this happens all the time, but it's this really nice, like soft, silky material. Again, I just wash these on the delicate cycle in my washing machine in a delicate garment bag so it doesn't like rub against other fabrics that may be in the washing machine. And it's held up really well. I wear this a lot, especially in the spring season. I love, love, love reaching for this, and I love the material because it's real silk. It's actually keeping you warm on cooler days, but it's also very breathable for warmer days. So this is great for teaching. And then I have 3 blouses that have a slightly different style to the things that are left. This is one of the very few things I've been able to pick up in store. I live in the Netherlands. We don't have a Sézane store here, but I do travel to Paris like once a year or so. So I do go there. I picked up the bag in store as well. What I have found with Sézane stores is that, especially if you are someone who's not a size 2, it's going to be a very unpleasant shopping experience because they only have like 2 or 3 items. Like if this blouse is like hanging on the rail, they will have 3 blouses in this color hanging on the rail, but they have more in stock in the back. So you need to ask a sales assistant like, hey, do you also have this blouse in? But because you don't know whether they have it or not, you're continuously asking staff, and the only sizes that they hang up on the rails are the smallest sizes. So the 32, the 34, and the 36 are all there, and anything that's larger is not on the shelves. For the knitwear that they put up in the little like cubbies behind the counter, they do seem to have more there, but then you need to ask the sales assistant as well. So if that makes you uncomfortable, then maybe that's not the best like shopping experience. It's one of the reasons why I do tend to buy the brand mainly online. I love how beautiful the stores are, but I do feel they do not cater to the kind of shopping experience that I want to have, really, because I don't want to have to ask someone continuously when I've like been browsing. Like you first need to browse a store, think like, oh, these are the things I want to try on, and then you need to ask one of the people there, like, do you have these things in this size? And I'm like, but this is beautiful, and I did pick it up. It's a really, really stunning, like olivey kind of color. I'm a bit pasty today. I'm not wearing any makeup. Whenever I do like fashiony videos like this, I don't want to wear makeup because I don't want to get makeup all over the clothes as they're clean. But yeah, this is really beautiful. Ooh, this is really beautiful. I love the detailing. It has a sort of like ruffle collar, and then it just has this really nice like lace sort of design. But it's a really nice breathable cottony material as well. So I really like the way this looks, and I wear it quite a bit in the spring summer season. Another silky blouse. This is the Suzanne, I think this was called. I really like the Peter Pan style color on this, and this like light grayish blue tone. I mean, it's pretty. It's not my best color, I feel, but it really depends on what I wear this with, how I pull it off. But I love shades like this with like white denim in the spring. And finally, the Pietro, I think this is called. This is not a fully silk blouse, but it's a silk and I believe cotton blend. And I've only gotten one of these because this feels very fragile. It's very thin fabric. This is also slightly see-through. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's like this almost like gauzy material. It's like cheesecloth. That's how thin it is. So when this came in, I was a little bit afraid that it wasn't going to hold up because I was afraid because of how thin it is that it would rip really easily. But I've had this for years and it's held up really well. There are no holes, no rips. I really enjoy the print of this. It's really fun for like transitioning, whether in like the fall, like to winter season with a blazer or by itself with like a sweater vest or with like a little gilet over it. I really enjoy wearing it and I'm reaching for it a lot more than I had expected. And it's because it has all of these different colored flowers on it. So it goes with a lot because you can pick up on any of these other colors and it will just work. So even though this felt fragile when I first bought it, it has held up really, really well. And then I think where my love for Sézane really started is the Chloe blouse or Chloe blouse. When I bought them, they were called slightly differently. Now it's the name, but without the E. Now it's just Chloe. And I've got it in the navy. And I've got it in this really pretty bottle green shade. Now the one in the back is a very similar style, but this was called, I think, the Matilda. It has the same collar and everything. You can't really see because of the broderie, but you can see like it has that same sort of ruffle and then that same sort of ruffle down the button placket as well. And this is a very strong cotton again. Again, not great for tucking because of how structured it is, but broderie is something that Sézane can do really well as well. Again, a great piece for like I love blouses like this in like transitional seasons. And since I'm in the Netherlands, we have a lot of mild weather where, you know, we only really have like 4 weeks of true cold, maybe 6. And then we have like only like 4 to 6 weeks of like true really hot summer weather. But the rest of the year, we can wear like these kind of things like all the time, really. You can either like use it as a layering piece or whatever. So blouses like this to me are just incredibly versatile. And I love this green color. And these are both like the solid navy and the green are 100% silk as well. These don't have the buttons that escape throughout the day. And I just love that sort of lacy, ruffly kind of thing. I do wear these fully buttoned up to the top, not like the models on the website where it's like all open. That doesn't look good on me. But yeah, these I really love. These are 3 of my favorite pieces I ever got from the brand. And then we get to knitwear, which I think is my favorite category on the Sézane website. And I mainly like them for things that have buttons. So a lot of these live in my cardigan section, even if I wear them as a sweater. Not gonna lie, but I have different like styles. I have a couple of their like mohair things, but I also have a couple of these more like cottony knits, I would like to call them. So I love these in the springtime. I have this white one with the sort of like little baubles and like wavy design to it. I really like this. This is beautiful. I tend to wear this one as a sweater. I tend to wear this by itself with a little cami underneath. This one is a little bit more special because this is one of the ones that they also recommend that you can wear both ways. So you can have this in the front or you can have the buttons in the front. So you can wear it front to back, back to front, whatever you like. The label is here, so the buttons are supposed to be the front, but you can wear it both ways. And I love how sort of like, it's not like staying on the hanger as well. But I love this knit. Like it's really nice and open. Again, very breathable, airy, very detailed. You can wear this off shoulder. You can wear it like as a like very wide boat neck. It just gives you so many options. And I really like that. And we all know I love a teal. And this teal is really pretty. And then we have the navy. I wear this a lot. This I wear very much. Very nice, again, a little bit with the detailing on the knit pattern. It's nice and open, breathable, easy to wear. a great knit for like the spring, summer season. You can also like throw this on a hot summer day. You get a little cold in the evening, that sort of thing, but it looks really stylish as well. So I love wearing these. And like I said, I'm a teacher, especially if I'm like teaching classes and it's getting warmer. You're in a classroom with like 30 other people. It gets warm really easily. So being able to like use layers to take off and put on again while you're sitting at your desk is a lifesaver. And then we have our like little mohair family, and I've got this in many different colors. I already showed you this. I believe it was called the Angie. And what I liked about this, is that it actually has the same button placket as the Chloe blouse that I showed you, the green and the blue one I just showed you. So it has the same sort of style, but in a knit. And as I have said, I did shrink this in the wash, but I've been able to stretch it out, and it still looks really, really nice. Like for mohair, it can get really mottled really easily. I've had other mohair pieces in the past by other brands. You do need to like things that have this texture. I love this. I think it's really cozy. I just layer a little t-shirt underneath it and I'm fine. But if you don't like itchy sweaters, then you may not like this. And I think the two things that most people know the brand for in terms of their knitwear, the Gaspard and the Berry. So these are really similar. I even got them in very similar colors. They are both this like sagey, tealy green almost. I love colors like this, I already mentioned. The Gaspard is my least favorite of the two. I like this, I really enjoy it. It again has a mohair blend in both of these. But I don't like that this has really contrasting buttons. Whereas this one, the buttons blend in, and it's got a V-neck where this one has a round neck. So I tend to wear this one a little bit more than I do the Gaspard. A lot of people have been criticizing the brand for these because they don't like the quality of them. Mine have held up really well, I have to say. Like I've had these for like a good 2 to 3 years, and I do wear them, and I wear them often. But if I do the method of like washing them on a delicate cycle in a garment bag, I let them air dry, they've been fine. They are absolutely more than fine, and these don't look mottled or weird or like clumped together at all. So I do feel that very often it may be user error if you're not taking care of your clothes properly, especially with items that are this expensive. Like I don't know how you feel about that, but my way of thinking about it is like I spend a lot of money on these clothes. I want to make them last. You know, I want to make these stretch as far as I possibly can in my lifetime, because these are really solid classic pieces that I can wear for years and years and years to come. So I'm also going to take care of them in that way. And I do feel that some people will just like chuck them in the wash and see what happened. I did that once, as I mentioned, and I made that mistake once, and I was like, I don't ever want to do that again with items this expensive. But I don't think that's on the brand, that's user error, because it says on the care label that you shouldn't do that. Like, don't put it in the tumble dryer, don't spin it too much, and you're gonna be fine. And then another really early purchase that I still love till this day as well is this really pretty, again, this is the front, this is the back. This is how I usually wear it, with the buttons at the front. And this is again one where I'm like, this I've had for 5 years, and yes, the mohair has gotten a little extra hairy, but the detailing of the knit is still here. Like I've seen quite a few people saying like, oh, the detail of my knit isn't here and that's why I bought it. Mine is absolutely fine. So again, I think you do need to take into account that you need to take care of these clothes properly, and that you need to like do a bit of research on how to take care of your clothes if you're in doubt. But mine is absolutely fine. I love this like intricate like detailing. I love the color of this. I wear this a lot with like a basic black cami underneath it, and then this, and these are the final sort of mohair cardigan type of things. This is the cardigan that I bought together with the gingham trousers, and the model was wearing this. Again, I don't remember what this style is called, but I wanted a brown, like more brown things last fall. I didn't have a lot of brown in my wardrobe, but it is a color that suits me a lot. And I like this because it has this like reddish brown tint, which is why it suits me. A lot of browns that are sold in stores often have like a yellowy undertone. Not a good look for me, but this I like. And then I have the Emile cardigan in 2 colors because I liked it so much. The red was the one that I bought first. This is another one that I feel whenever I wash it, I need to give it a little TLC. I need to stretch it out because else it does get a little bit like clumpy and gathered and stuff. So you do need to relax the fabric. And also before I wear it, I tend to like give it a little bit of a pull, but it's got a little bit of like a balloony type of sleeve. And then it has this really nice, almost pinky red kind of color, which I enjoy. Love wearing this. This does shed. So whenever I wear this to work, we have black office chairs. You can see exactly where I've been sitting when I've worn this, but yeah, I love this thing to pieces. I think it's so beautiful that I got it in the taupe last fall when they did this. I did size up in this, I think. Yeah, so I did size up in this. The red is a medium and this one is a large. I haven't had this for as long yet though, so I haven't been able to wear it as often as the red one, but I love a good red, and having that red cardigan just, it really, really makes me happy. And taupe is like my best neutral, and I love this like taupey brown color. I just really, really do. So that's the Emile cardigan. Again, something I wear open, or I wear it by itself. Like it gives you options, which I enjoy. Like putting a different color t-shirt underneath it, or like I've done today with a blouse where I've put like a little turtleneck underneath it. This with this red turtleneck with this knit, I think it's gonna be wonderful. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna have to put my baby blue turtleneck under the red cardigan sometime because I'm loving the red and the baby blue. I took inspiration from Damson Matter. They do a lot of red with baby blue, and I was like, I don't have to buy the item. I can just like make the combination with other things in my wardrobe. And the final section is knitwear that are actual sweaters. So here I'm definitely stumped for what some of these are called. I don't remember the names of all of these. This is a slightly more fitted like sweater, and again it has a little pom-poms here, really nice intricate sort of sweater. I think this is just wool. Very often with Sézane there is like a little blend of things, so the mohair ones isn't just 100% mohair because then it won't drape as nicely. So there is usually some polyester in there to help with the shape of the garment. This had a hole in. I took it out of the wash and I hung it up and I was like, oh, there's a hole. And I was able to fix it just fine because it was right here somewhere at the front of the stomach. So I don't know what happened there, but before it could get any worse, I was able to fix it just fine. And I love this shade. It's a really beautiful magenta. It's like almost the same color as that Anne shirt that I have. I really like this. I believe this is called the Lucas sweater. No, I have another one that's called the Lucas. I don't remember what this is called, but this is their standard like cable knit with the little like stripy design. I really like this. It's got the buttons down here. I took it out of my wardrobe and I was like, I haven't reached for this a lot in the past couple of months. And then I was like, but I haven't reached a lot for any of my sweaters this winter. I have mainly been wearing my cardigans again. Like I just go through phases with my wardrobe so much. Like a couple of years ago, all I would want to wear is a blazer with a turtleneck, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's all cardigans for me all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, so this, I'm sure I'm going to be reaching for this again next winter, but this winter I wasn't feeling it all that much. And another just really, really good, there's a bit of fluff there. Another really good like creamy sweater is this one. I believe this was called the Jago or something like that. It's really pretty. It's got this gathered design, and then the cable knit kind of widens as it goes down. So it has a really nice drape to it, and I really, really like it. I do have these folded in my wardrobe. So because this is so weighty, it becomes misshapen the minute you put it on a hanger. Like it's so weird, but that's why I keep it folded. But yeah, this is a really beautiful, it is a little bit yellow for me, but I do really like this. And then the Sézane sweater I've been wearing the most this winter actually, and it's one that I bought really early on, and then I didn't wear a lot for like a little while as I was getting some new things in, but then this winter I rediscovered it, and it's this like fisherman style navy sweater. And again, I really like this. I believe this is called the Lucas. It has this Henley design with the little button placket that goes all the way down to my navel. It's a little bit more cropped, but it's also boxy at the same time. And then it has these slightly oversized sleeves, so it's really, really cozy. This one I just tend to wear as a sweater. I just button it all the way up, and then I do put a little like t-shirt underneath it to prevent the sweater to become too smelly too quickly. And then you don't have to wash it as often either. And then I love a mustard yellow, and I had a beautiful mustard yellow sweater from H&M, but it got so old and ratty looking that I was looking for a replacement. And then I found two. This is one of the mohair designs from Sézane. So this is, again, like especially in the back here, just has this really like intricate design, you could say. And then it just has these little like buttons, like baubles around the front to give it a little bit more shape. This I wear a lot as well. And then the only reason why I don't wear this more often is because this takes ages to dry because of how thick and heavy this is. This weighs like 3 kilos easily, but it's a beautiful cable knit sweater. And then it has these like pom-poms at the front, really nice cable knit design on the sleeves as well. You don't often see that very often. The cable knit is only on the front. But I really, really like this. But like I said, this is so heavy. I don't notice it when I'm wearing it, but to get this to dry in the winter time, it takes like 2 days. It's not always worth the effort, but it's a beautiful, almost like cottony material. It's not wool. It's more of a cotton, but it's a very, very heavy one. So those were all of my Sézane pieces with a couple of tips and tricks along the line of how I've been able to keep them in good condition and to make sure that they are like nice looking even years down the line. I definitely feel that for me it's been worth investing, but I'm also now like, I have been on the website a couple of times in the past few months, and I look at things and I'm like, I've got that shirt and I've got that thing and I've got that thing. So there are definitely still a couple of things that I would like to try from the brand. Like I already mentioned, a good summer skirt is something I would like to have. Like they do these really nicely bias cut, like silky material skirts for the summer usually. So I would like to get one of those at some point. And maybe a blazer as well. The shoes, I'm not sure I'm too interested in. I love the way they look, but then I look at the model's feet and I'm like, they have really narrow feet, so I don't think they're gonna fit me. But yeah, a blazer is definitely a blazer or a jacket of some kind. Like I really like their suede version of the Will jacket. I love the look of that. But that's expensive because it's real suede. And I also like a couple of their blazer styles, but I've heard other people say that their blazers aren't the best quality. And like I said, I'm not really into wearing blazers as much as anymore at the minute. So I have loads of blazers already, most of them vintage, that I really enjoy if I want to wear a blazer. So I'm also not really, like blazers aren't really top of mind for me. So unless they do something that really grabs my attention, I don't think I'm gonna buy anything anytime soon from Sézane. But yeah, I really enjoy the clothes that I do have by them. I have gotten a lot of use out of these pieces. I love them, and like I said, I've been able to keep a lot of these pieces in really good nick if I take care of them and I sort of use my brain, read the care label before I chuck it in the wash, and then it's all fine. So thanks so much for watching this video today. I hope it was helpful if you were trying to shop the brand and you want to know a couple of things about how I take care of things and what might be worth it and what some of the downsides to some of the pieces are, etc., etc. So thanks so much for watching me here today. Thumbs up this video if you liked it, subscribe, and then I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.